All right, we're gonna hit this fucking music.
That's right, man.
Check. Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4.
There we go. Get the maracas out there.
Okay, here we are. We did it.
Yep,
4th of July.
exactly. It's our 4th of July show. Been looking forward to this one.
Yeah. Has it ever landed on the
I
4th?
don't know if it has before, but now it's a first, you know?
Yeah, a weird one too.
Yeah, it's definitely, it's you know, knock on wood, you know, my line this week was, I wonder what President Putin has planned for the 4th. You know, because I'm a believer.
He did the Mount Rushmore thing.
Well, and that's inflammatory. But I thought, I mean, like some event was going to happen, like a George Floyd killing on Memorial Day.
Oh, like,
you know,
like something like bad.
Yeah, exactly. But it's bad enough that he that he went to fucking
Mount Rushmore
in like sacred Native American land and just like rubs people's face in it. It's just like he's such an asshole. It's amazing, you know. It's incredible. Like, I mean, there's no bottom. There's no bottom to it. He doesn't care. You know, he's been walking around with his dick out of his pants for 3.5 fucking years and just not giving a shit.
Well, at this
who
point,
sees it. You know,
at this point, him walking with his dick out in his pants literally would be less harmless than anything.
That anything he's actually been doing. You know, it's like, oh. Well, again, so I think the strategy they have, they're just riding this out and they're going to try to steal the damn election again. It's just, how are they going to try and do it? You know,
I don't think they can. People, all they got is if people believe shit on Facebook, and no one does anymore.
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, you know, I think the tone of I find it interesting that there's been a social media response from the people. Obviously, the example of the Tulsa rally and all that TikTok kids like just were bored and just said they were going to go, so it inflated it, and it was a total dud. It's like that's a good. You wrong-footed them. You wrong-footed the campaign. I mean, he looked like a fool out of the gate. You know, he's been trying to catch his wind now, and maybe he's getting into a little better shape now. But I think he's, you know, I don't know if the magic isn't there like it was. His distorted form of magic is not there this time. You know,
magic. That's probably what he calls it.
I'm sure there was, you know, the dark arts were in full form
as we watch a Mexican lady play the most Mexican-looking guitar I've ever seen in my life.
And you're allowed to say that, right? Because you are half Mexican.
I'm half. I'm a halfie.
There we go.
Such an intense song for a university, West Coast University. This sounds like...
Of course, they have to get a studio. I mean, I'm sure someone got a good contract out, you know. Well, I got paid to do a couple of days in a studio.
Yeah.
Got paid $5,000 for this.
I got the TV up in Crocius's screen in the corner there. You guys could see. I tried to actually stream my TV to the computer and put it up, but they guard against shit like that.
They do.
Apparently.
Is that what you called up about? Was that what you were on the phone about?
No. So we could talk about that.
Yeah.
We're going to channel surf around. Do you know? Can you want to grab the remote there and you could channel surf around? So... You don't want to do it?
Well, again, so what do I do again? For those of you who don't know the show, we channel surf and we comment on the show. I don't get the power that much. I have gotten it once before.
Yeah.
So here we go.
So if you hit OK twice, the guide will come up.
Okay.
That's there you go. And then you just use the arrows.
I don't have my glasses on. I'm just an old fart. I can see, but it's going to be work. I have to focus on that more than my speaking. It's speaking or seeing.
So, but
sense of speaking.
So I'll tell you this, and as I tell you it, you capture where it's 4th of July. So think about that as far as programming goes. I was at work yesterday, and this dude.
Good for you.
This dude, yeah. This guy came in for a Grubhub fucking Eats order. Or I was going to say Uber Eats, but a Grubhub order.
Yeah.
And he's leaving with his food and he stops and starts talking to me. And I've been better with small talk with people. I normally don't fuck with customers. I get I'm horrible with small talk.
Yeah.
Once I'm in, but like I'm bad at like how was your day?
Yeah.
Is the most paralyzing question you could ever ask me. Because I don't know how to sum it up in short. And most of the time, I didn't do anything that interesting. Because how was your day? Tell me something interesting.
Now it's like, I mean, if you do one thing in a day, it's like you accomplished something. You know, I golfed twice last weekend. I feel amazing.
So I've been better at like chatting people up and small talking them.
Yeah.
And he starts asking. First, he goes, "How long has this mall been open?" Or like, "How long have you guys been open?"
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know, like a week or so.
Yeah. You were fumbling.
But then he looks at me weird and he goes, "Wow, that's not a long time at all." And I was like, "Oh, you mean like total? Like how long has this mall been open?"
Oh.
But like, and that's where I'm immediately like, okay, this guy's a little detached from reality.
Yeah.
Because if you don't know, it seemed like he didn't realize that shit had shut down. Where if you ask someone in this current time, how long have you been open? I'm just assuming you mean since
the COVID,
since the coronavirus.
Yeah, exactly.
He didn't. He meant in general. So then I'm just like, okay. I was like, I don't know.
13 years.
I was like, it's a pretty old mall. I'm pretty sure Michael Jackson molested children in this mall.
Yeah.
So at least 12 years.
Yeah.
And then he was just like, so. Then he starts saying, "Is this?" And then he goes, "Is this your dream job?" We got to the point in our conversation where he was like, "So is this your dream job?" And I'm just like, "No, definitely not."
Was he some like scout for Scientology?
Dude.
It had to have been, right?
Well, we're going to find out in the next few days. I'm letting this unfold. So then he's like, I'm like, "No, I came out here to do stand-up."
Yeah.
And then he starts asking me like, "Well, what are you doing to further that? Like, what do you do?" All that
Don't
bullshit.
burrow into my life.
All that bullshit. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm a fucking strong person. I'm
Yeah,
not gonna.
yeah,
I'm not joining a cult.
Yeah, exactly.
I will.
Unlike me.
I will court a cult.
Yeah.
And laugh at them.
Yeah.
As I do it. So then he's like. So at this point, I'm half suspicious, but I'm just like, this guy's just some LA fucker. Like everybody out there, that's the main conversation. What do you do? What's your dream? Like that's like the main stranger conversation. If you meet someone, the first thing they're gonna ask is like, "What are you out here for?" So I didn't think anything beyond that.
Yeah.
And then we start talking about like, he laughed because I go like, yeah. I was like, I got laid off for like 3 months, and he goes, "Oh, that must have sucked." And I was like, honestly, man, like, I made a lot of money not working.
I'm sure he loved hearing that.
He laughed.
Yeah.
And the reason I was looking him in the eye is because the outside of his fucking pupil was blue.
Ooh.
He has it looked like a blue corona around his eyelid. Like he had brown eyes, but like a blue rim around it. So he might be a vampire too.
Yeah.
You don't know. God.
Out here, there's a weirdo quotient out here. Would you agree? Is there a pretty good weirdo quotient out here?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You know, it's
even the home in Chicago. I was thinking about this on the train. I was like, dude, in Chicago, the homeless people are so chill.
Oh, exactly.
And and they are embarrassed that they're homeless, so you respect them for that.
It's also to be homeless in Chicago. The one thing I respect about the homeless,
you got to be tough.
You got to get through the slog of winter.
It's the blue collarness of failure.
Yeah.
Like you're toughing it out.
Yeah, exactly. So in that sense, I always had respect for that. Out here, as you've said before, I know where you're going, but go ahead. But
so then he starts. And I'm getting kind of detailed. I'm like, I've gone up at the store once.
Yeah,
like,
you go up at the Improv some.
Yeah.
Exactly. You've done some,
I'm not, and that's the thing. I'm guarded and I sense bullshit, but I'm also not, I'm going to sell myself a little bit.
Yeah.
Like I'm no open micer. Like,
yeah, exactly.
If you want to sink your teeth into me, I just want to know you're going to draw blood. Like I've done stuff.
Exactly.
You're not just going to prey on some failure.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I might eventually fail, but like I'm still, I would consider myself a what do they call it? A rising voice or an up and coming comic.
Yep. Wow. I always had the pyramid. I had 5 levels, you know. And level 5.
See, now that's a fucking cult.
Yeah.
Having 5 levels.
So anyway, so you kept talking to this guy. What else?
I kept talking to him.
Yeah. So did you give him your number or something?
Well, eventually.
Jesus.
Did
he just call? Oh man, this is getting juicy. Sorry, dude. I'm getting excited. I'm getting excited.
It's all going to end up on the podcast.
No, this is great.
So then we start just talking about money because I was like, yeah, dude, I made bank fucking not working. And then he was like, yeah, I met a couple fucking, you meet people out here and they fucking retire at like 30. I'm like, yeah, you got to like create these apps and shit. Like you got to get into tech.
Yeah.
these young millionaires.
Yeah.
And then he was like, goes to walk away. And then he goes, let me ask you a question, Keith. He goes, what if I were to tell you that I met some people and they gave me some good advice? Would you be willing?
God.
And
Jesus
he was just
Christ.
like, and I'd be like, yeah. And then first he goes, are you keeping your options open? Of like, and I was just like, I guess. Like at that point, once he says, are you keeping your options open? I'm like, okay, this guy is fucking on to some bullshit.
Yeah.
But I like the smell. And
Yeah.
I want to make fun of this guy.
Yeah.
So I gave him my phone number.
Yeah.
And yes, he just called me. He talked to his gurus. Now they're his gurus. So he didn't tell me that at the thing.
I like it. It's a little more just parsing the information out.
So
There
he
you
goes,
go.
I talked to them and they said, because we don't know each other, that we should FaceTime with each other and just build that respect. And that's when I was like, hey man, I'm about to record a podcast.
Yeah.
Let me text you back or call you back. And then he said something about tomorrow and I hung up on him.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to get him on this show. Phone call.
Have him in? Yeah. What the
And
heck?
not
Yeah.
have him
Yeah.
in. Just like, I'm going to call him and pretend
Yeah.
that I'm going to call him back and just plug him in
Yeah.
and talk like I'm talking and let's get him to reveal some shit on air.
Yeah, man. The whole we have the Gotti biography, which is, something. I'm sick of John Gotti and the obsession with John Gotti. He was just a big old thug.
Listen,
why do
let's
I
hear
need
some
that kind of
Italian
attention?
shit.
You know what we do have though?
Independence Day.
Independence Day is on. So, but let's watch some of this and we'll put that on. Hey, hold on. I'm gonna flick it to that, and then where do I to swap back? What do I go to?
Okay,
the arrow, the arrow.
The arrow, the backwards
So,
arrow.
God, this was like
they're
a
nuking New
cutting
York.
edge. This was the cutting edge. Do you remember seeing this in the theater, Keith?
Yeah, now you could tell it's a miniature city though.
Yeah.
I didn't see it in theaters, but all my friends did.
Wow. Yeah, I was out in LA when this came out. This was a hit. This was a hit. This is post Cold War. They had to come up with space aliens. That was going to be the enemy.
Well,
So-
I mean, okay. See, that's where I
Oops,
always
sorry.
forget that the Cold War ended like in 1990 because I was like,
1991. Yeah.
well, okay, and I was like, Independence Day came out in like 96. That's
Yeah.
like way after the Cold War.
Yeah, but the reason why is that the enemy was gone. You couldn't do a Russian movie, so you had to come up with these the disaster film came back in the 90s. Your Twister, your volcano movies. Like
Dude,
that was big in the 70s.
The footage they're showing of New York right now is how I saw the world. Like that's the filter I saw. That's what the colors looked like to me. Those cars.
Yeah.
Like that is a very distinct. That is a 1990s lens they just showed.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We're watching the biography. We switch back to that on
Yeah.
Gotti.
You guys can see up here in the corner over there. There's a little box with some goombas. On there.
Look at that guy with his cowboys. That's Gotti's son.
So
you know?
what's now that we'll turn it down a little bit. What do you like the 4th of July?
I was thinking about that today.
I love it.
I had a positive memory and some positive memories of my father in 4th of July because I used to do it in D.C. because he lived in D.C. He worked for the federal government because he was living off of our tax dollar, doing nothing. He actually managed the food stamp program on the East Coast for many years. So, but he was, I used to go to big 4th of July celebrations in D.C. and they would have great 4th of July celebrations in D.C. It was a good 4th of July in DC. I remember going to many of them.
It was
at least
happening.
3 or 4. So I remember like as a teenager enjoying that. I remember in Chicago going up on CJ's his condo, he and his wife, and on their 18-story building, you could look out because Chicago is so flat. You could look out on the evening of 4th of July and you'd see all of the fireworks from all the suburbs. And it was literally, I counted up, it was 175 fireworks displays across the entire perimeter.
Last year LA was like that.
Yeah.
But this year Mother Earth said nay.
No, yeah, it's
You've been doing this for 100 years too long.
There's a relationship between the environment
Dude,
and
you know
your
what
behavior.
I was thinking because everybody's like, when are we going to get back to sports and all that shit? And I was thinking, even though we've been literally doing it since civilization started, like the Colosseum was packed with people watching slaves fight lions.
Exactly, and kill each other and shit. Yeah.
Maybe that was unhealthy. Not just in the sense that you're murdering people for entertainment. That's also bad.
Yeah.
and kind of awesome.
Oh yeah.
But I'm saying just like the idea of being packed in a stadium with 80,000 people, maybe that was never something that nature intended. Even if you look at nature, nothing crowds up like that.
Yeah, it's funny you mention that because Jean-Paul Sartre, if you want to get into the French philosopher, he said you feel most human when you're completely alone or when you're in a massive state, like a massive group setting. Like that, there's a reason why, these fascist guys, why they had their five. There was something very human about, I have a connection with this too, like this sort of, that made them feel very human. So, but I don't know if it's a good thing. You're getting the mob worked up. You're keeping the mob worked up. I think there's a design behind that. There's a distraction element to it. There's also hey, you want to keep a certain level of aggression in people. I think, and I'm a sports guy. You know that I'm a huge sports nerd.
Me too.
Exactly. But it's like, it's funny. CJ, I was talking with him about it. He's takes it to a higher level with the gambling. He says, man, the last 4 months,
he's such a gambler that he hated Silver Linings Playbook, and it had nothing to do with mental illness. It was because
their depiction of gambling.
Because the end of that movie is they place like a they play like a parlay. Yeah. And the end of the parlay is like a fucking Eagles cover.
Yeah.
And he was like, no one would ever bet that spread with the Eagles Giants. It's a completely psychotic bet.
Yeah.
And anything he did in the movie would not be any less crazy than that. He was like, it's a completely unrealistic scenario.
He understands gambling. He won a poker tournament. His biggest score that I know of, he won $50,000 one time winning a poker tournament. He was
in like the World Series of Poker, right?
In the Horseshoe Casino. When we had our poker game with the other comics, that was a good poker game. We had that game for years. My game got good. Like I felt totally confident going down to the casino and playing. I could play poker for 4, 5, 6 hours. But that game is a long slog. You have to literally play it for like 18-hour stretches if you want to make it profitable. And it's like, that's just like any other job,
And you have to lose money for like 4 hours before
be able to just ride it out and say, I'm still playing well. Like you really understand the angles. But the point is, he's been refreshed by it. He says, man, it's been nice not caring about the gambling. He's totally like, he's honest about that. And I'm like, good for him. That's a good thing. I never got into sports gambling. I gambled some.
I tried.
I just prefer going on the stock market and losing $18,000.
Is that how much you've lost so far?
Get
the fuck out of here.
I've lost more than that.
You'll bounce back.
Yeah.
You're playing the game, dude. Crow, you got to play to win.
Exactly. And I have been looking at this. It was an emotional.
You don't want to be one of these bitches with a thriving savings account, just watching from the sidelines.
Well, I want to throw a little bit in there,
being all prepared and shit.
You know why? I'm still prepared.
No, the stock market is going to fucking at some point will go back up, and then
it's been maintaining.
But that's when you make the decision to, am I going to yank or am I going to stay in?
Well, I put all my money into this one fucking stock, But you know something, if some certain legal things happen, it'll literally double in value overnight if some legal things can actually happen. So, but that's still a ways off. It's been a clunky. The marijuana industry has been a clunky integration into the market. It's not been a well-oiled.
Also, I feel like, it was an LA company. You also kind of invested when weed was just like, you kind of invested in a saturated market, but it's still growing. I invested
at the right time. Yeah, it's still sorting itself out, and its potential is still quite large. Constellation wouldn't have put...
And I didn't realize that, and I think a lot of people don't, is... A lot of people think it's been legal in California forever, but it was medical for a long time, and people just lied about it. And my cousin Eric was saying it's only been legal for like 2 years.
Oh, yeah. It's pretty recent, actually. 2
or 3 years or so. Like when I had moved here, which is almost 2 years ago, it had only been a year.
Yeah.
But since it had been legal.
Yeah. And it's still sorting itself out in terms of the way it's being regulated, the way it's being taxed.
What he told me,
there's still a black market.
And I found this interesting because he lives in Culver City. And at that point, when I was living there, they hadn't had any dispensaries yet.
Yeah.
And he said, you can have one dispensary per police district.
Yeah.
So if you only have one police department, you can only have one dispensary.
Yeah.
Like if you have multiple in one area, that's how they limit it.
Yeah.
Which again, those are systematic fucking things that that would be my thinking about defunding the police. How is this going to affect the marijuana industry?
Do you know what? Yeah, well, exactly, man. I mean, whatever. Everyone's got a point of view.
Because if you defund the police, then you're going to have to rethink how you map out where you place shit like that. Because the whole idea is you need to be close enough where if someone fucking comes up there with an AK-47 to steal your weed, there's a cop there to save it. But
yeah.
The security guards at the weed shop are armed to the fucking teeth,
absolutely.
Dude. Since the riots, the dude AK-47, not only around his thing, hand on the butt with his finger, L style, not on the trigger, but he's ready.
Yeah, it would be an instantaneous decision. He could react right away. I bought some edibles yesterday, and it was like, I mean, they social distanced well. It's a good store. I like it. They're cool. And but man, the cops are cool, but they are armed to the teeth. They are armed. I mean, they have full on weaponry, a good sidearm, and there's two of them. So it's like you got to deal with two people. So yeah, they're sorting it out still in terms of the way it's going to be integrated. I invested in that Canadian company, and what put me over the top on them was Constellation, who owns Corona. This is how it's going to come back to Stroman.
The beer.
Yeah, they own.
They got fucked because of the virus.
Well, exactly. The name. It's like there used to be a pill called the AIDS diet pill in the early '80s. That was a big diet pill, and they didn't change the name.
You know who came out on top? Fucking Soul Beer, which is a better version of Corona anyway.
Well, and that's why they got to just change their name. But they put $4 billion into Constellation or into Canopy.
Here's your long play. You invest in Soul. Get into the board. You get them to invest in marijuana.
Get into the board. Yeah, that'll happen.
I've been saying this so much, and this is my intellectual contribution to what people are trying to do.
Yeah.
See the system, infiltrate the system, change the system.
Yeah.
Get into the Soul Brewing
Company. The system
company,
changes you, trust me.
Infiltrate the Soul Brewing Company. Get them to invest in medical marijuana, and then invest in that medical marijuana company.
Well, the thing about it is, there are 10 states that have made it legal now.
It's the long play.
I look at this as an intermediate to long play too. I mean, when I did it, I knew I was like, this is not going to be an instantaneous thing. This is going to be a 3, 5, 7 year play, and I'm a year and a half into it. So, 10 states have made it legal. And it's the most populous states. I'm sure it's got to be like 125 million people or something. Or it's a lot. It's Illinois, it's New York. I think New York's in there. California's in there. Obviously, I think Massachusetts is in there. Michigan is now in there. Colorado is in there. I mean, it's a good mass of people. This Canadian company, Canada, it's totally legal. The entire country, which is big. So, but then there are 27 states. There are 27 states I was reading this week that have medical marijuana being legal. Well, Jesus, dude, if half of those states turn. Then you're going to open up millions of more, and frankly, in those red states, this is the truth.
They're going to see the money.
Of course. But also that they're going to be like, because there's less regulation, it's hard getting one of these shops open in these big cities.
Yeah.
This is not, real estate is a hard thing to do in urban America, so, but you can do it easier in these smaller towns and smaller cities.
John Gotti that name sounds like a cologne.
We're John Gotti.
Gotti.
Yeah, we're watching the guy. I always thought, Gotti, and when I was a teenager, he was
cool.
But I always thought he was a turd. The mafias, I've turned my opinion because we have a guy who's a mafioso in the White House right now, which is incredible. We have a dude who's literally mobbed up, man. How crazy is that?
Fucking bold.
Yes, that was his enforcer. But just living this life in New York was still in love with the gangster at that time. New York has changed, man.
Yeah.
Mid-90s, it changed.
Giuliani, baby.
Yeah, midnight. Yeah. Well,
Giuliani.
That had an impact. But something else? I believe in the Freakonomics concept of the baby boom had totally it was now baby boomers were in their 40s and 50s. And the younger generation, my generation, which was 20 million less people, 21 million less people, in your 20s, that's when you're going to commit your crime and stuff. There just weren't as many 20-year-olds committing crime and stuff. So it's like that's part of the reason why it also chilled out too. And the crack epidemic burnt itself out. It burnt itself out, and then
people found heroin at that point, and they were like, "This makes us feel good."
Yeah, heroin was huge when I was in my 20s.
Yeah,
in my mid 20s. I knew a lot of junkies out here when I lived in LA.
It's pills now, but it's the same thing.
Yeah, but there's Gotti's son.
Italians are wild though because they were showing John Gotti being carried around through court, a fucking disgraced criminal, And then there's like women in the street like, Sammy, fucking
Yeah.
They're no better than the blacks.
Yeah, it
fucking
is.
blacks. That's Italians will throw. They're not as bad as the fucking Crips or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, at least gangs kill their own people. Like, you can step on a gangbanger's shoes and they're not gonna fucking cement your feet up
and throw you overboard.
Yeah. They might be like, what the fuck? These are my Jordan 3s.
By the way, what is the deal with every sort of crime show, true crime show? There has to be some sort of flow chart showing the family. Like it's just right now. There's always a flow chart.
The light's weird, so I don't know if you guys could see the flow chart.
Of like, here we go, that Gambino crime family. Then TJ English.
Here, I can actually maybe do this.
Exactly. They always have a flow chart or some sort of cork board with like old thumbtacks in it. Here was his relationship with this capo. His capo had several lieutenants. They worked from 69th Street down to 43rd. That was a very lucrative area. There was a lot of pornography in those days. It just said that there's a whole, like, they have to have that.
Also, I feel like the mafia is just such a played out story.
Yeah,
but we're into terror now. Give me ISIS.
But you know something? It still exists. Organized crime still exists.
But they are legit businessmen now.
Well, trying to be. But it's still, it's a rigged game, man.
Trying to get into this fucking coffee shop business.
Working a racket, always figuring out a racket.
You can't roast people with the beans? You can't do it.
Look at his hot Italian wife from the early 70s.
All these Italian broads look awful.
Man. Yeah, like later they don't age well. I love that scene in Goodfellas when they have their first hostess party, and Karen is talking about they look beat up, they wore too much makeup, and they talk about how the kids did awful things, and they hit them with broomsticks, and they would still. Do you
want to know what I think my ultimate play for this setup is going to be, though? I'm just going to set up a camera and point it at the fucking TV and do this guerrilla style.
No, man, I think it's, we're
just
toying around. We're playing around with something right now. It's working. It's got something going on.
Because I'll tell you what, if we can get legit TV in here, number one, we could dead air a little bit and not have to fucking be as fucking jibber jabbery. Sometimes I feel like we're like stretching, like we have to fucking, people who just don't shut the fuck up and they're constantly just like, what are you watching? What are you playing? Like, dude, calm down.
Yeah. Okay. So am I getting worked up a little bit? No.
I'm not saying.
It's our interplay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I think it'd be cool that if we could pull it up, it would be nice if part of this podcast was like, no, I watch it for the TV. Because some people don't. I'm trying to bring back the cord, dude. YouTube TV just upped their price to $65 a month, which was kind of the best cord cutting option.
Wow.
Because Hulu's got a live TV thing. YouTube has one. Wow. But it was $50 for every channel.
Yeah.
And then they just got the Viacom channels, which is like Cartoon Network, MTV. It's kind of all the big ones.
Yeah.
So they upped their thing to $65, which at that point, you just get cable.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
exactly.
We pay $60 for cable.
Exactly.
Like if you're going to start paying in the hundreds of bucks for streaming, then I'm just going to add HBO and we're going to fucking...
Or get a dish or whatever. Yeah. No, absolutely.
I'm trying to bring back being at the mercy of the schedule.
Yeah, exactly. Passive TV watching.
Being on demand has made people entitled.
Oh, absolutely.
Because you just have everything. I have all 8 seasons of Arrow. Yeah. Now, if I was living in a syndication world and I knew Arrow was on TNT every Wednesday now, that's when you're like, oh, fuck, I got to kind of be in because, like, I got to watch these Arrow episodes. Yeah. Like, you have to, it's appointment television. Appointment television is gone.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And that's the way it was when I grew up with it. Yeah. We flipped over to Independence Day. It's
like even reruns, like we would have known about because we would have read the TV guide in the newspaper and we would have known on July 1st that on the 4th of July, Independence Day is going to be on at 2:00 or whatever the fuck.
On the Sunday paper.
And you'd be like, fuck yeah, I can't wait till the 4th of July.
Well, exactly. It built attention.
Day. Yeah.
I remember there being a 3D movie on the Independent Channel in DC when I was like 12 years old, maybe 13, and getting those goofy glasses at a 7-Eleven and watching a 3D movie on TV. Some like Creature from the Black Lagoon. They made some like 50s horror movie and made it 3D. and like being excited about it, like genuinely talking about it. This is the scene where Will Smith. This is where his star rises. This is what broke him. Was Independence Day.
Oh yeah, this is when he ceased to be the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah, he truly broke out of this and Bad Boys, but this was his true coming out party. Yeah, and this is where he punches him, and then he smokes a cigar afterwards.
And then, of all fucking people, Randy Quaid is the one who ends up saving the day.
Yeah. What a career that I looked his career. He's been in 90 movies, man. That cat has worked.
And he also thinks there's a fucking organization murdering star. He's completely lost his mind.
Yeah,
he's out of his fucking gourd.
I remember this being a big scene. He gets a cigar because you punched him out. There you go. You took care of business. Humans ain't so weak after all, man. Humans can fight back. What I like about this, the whole key to this of beating the aliens is figuring out a computer virus, because it was like, whoa, a virus is a new thing. Like, I also like the fact that their computers were somehow compatible. They were compatible with the software of 1995 America. Bill Gates' reach was that big that I don't know. I just thought that was Independence Day, man. I'm critiquing. I'm blowing the dust off of material from 1996. That's what I'm doing. What the hell? Why not? We're on a commercial. Let's go back to Gotti.
Oh yeah.
What's Godfather and Son? Oh, okay, yeah.
That's the thing. That's why I say it's played out, because they're dipping into like his fucking family.
Yeah,
and
the stories have been. Yeah, I think they're just not. But organized crime does still exist. The Russian mob is a completely ruthless institution that has a strong voice in the world because of because of Putin and because of Russia.
Putin.
It is a. Well, the fact is, and this is a harsh thing to say, the country is a hard country. Russia is a hard country with a very particular culture.
For 10 seconds, I thought you were talking about America.
No.
This is a hard country.
Well, I mean,
we're definitely on the decline. I was thinking about this at work. One of the greatest accomplishments I'll ever have is just I simply was a child in the 90s. It was the peak of human civilization.
Yeah, well, it was post-Cold War, pre-September 11th.
And we were kind of living in this. I was thinking about this as well.
Economically, things were great,
and
actually.
I think the biggest mistake is thinking it was very much a time where everyone thought like, oh, this is just how life is going to be.
Oh, yeah.
Forever.
Well, it was post. The Cold War was gone. The previous generation, all the people had the specter of the Cold War weighing down on them for 46 years, for almost a half a century. The fear of nuclear war, the fear of bomb. I mean, that's part of the reason why the 60s were what they were. There was a real sense of like, come on, humanity, we're going to actually evaporate each other. This has to not happen.
Did you see the shakaroni pizza from fucking Papa John's?
But my point is and when that yoke was lifted off, there was just, I know, and I've brought it up in the show many times. It's been a mantra of mine, but I'm not alone. There was a real sense of just like, oh, it's good that that's over. The threat of nuclear war, which supposedly right now, that 2 minutes to midnight clock that the physicists have in Chicago, it's supposed to be down to the seconds now, like 90 seconds.
It's pretty close.
And it's like, basically what that is that nuclear war can occur somewhere in the world, not just the States, somewhere in the world. India and Pakistan is the place that it probably would happen.
When I was a kid, my family told me that when that clock hits midnight, the apocalypse will begin.
Well, that's nuclear war. It's nuclear war.
That's what I was led to believe.
Well, then if a third one were to be dropped off, if a third one were dropped, that would be a global shift on the planet. There would be a real like something has to be done here. There has to be a coordination of nations or something.
Well, ultimately, that's why I think all-out nuclear war will never happen, because
it's mutual assured destruction was always the
nobody's. And I think last week I went on a tangent about how I think the police in European countries are fucking uneducated buffoons.
Yeah.
I still
totally groundless.
I still don't think. Well, it's based on the fact that I heard one say maybe she hide in bush, and it wasn't. On the take. And it wasn't him being like, oh, maybe that was broken English. He could say it more. No, he said it in Portuguese.
Yeah,
and it came up on the screen.
Yeah,
maybe she hide in bush.
Well, he was that was his attempt to get her off the scent, because he was.
So I was like, and I just heard it in that voice, and I was like, oh, this guy's a moron.
Yeah.
And he's the chief of police.
Yeah.
In Portugal and wherever the fuck this is.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like, I will still say I don't think anyone's dumb enough to not realize that if you just nuclear war each other, everyone's going to die. Like, there will be no winner in this war.
Well, I mean, that was always the mutual assured destruction. MAD, they called it. That's the reason why that was the deterrent. But then that was also the logic of that of, well, then if they have built more weapons, then I have to build more weapons. Like the arms race was a fundamental thing that went on.
Also,
trying to outbuild something. Then it's like, well, then wwhy do you keep building more?
Also, our dipshit president would tell people that God's protecting us, and they'd believe him.
I know. A certain population, part of it would. Can you imagine being that lost? Actually thinking he's the voice of reason. It's crazy. It's amazing.
This is John A. Gotti, who's
that's
65 at this point.
That's his son. Because old man Gotti
any of these
died.
people are still in the mafia?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think it's still out there. It's there's a line between.
Is there 4th of July happening out there?
I think it is. I heard some fireworks.
We got the sounds of revolution in the background.
But yeah, Gotti was in Marion. He was in Illinois for the end of his life. He was in federal prison in Illinois.
Yeah. The movie Let's Go to Prison with Will fucking Bob Odenkirk directed it, and it's got Will Arnett.
Yeah.
That took place in Statesville.
Oh, it did?
Yeah. Which is also, was that the Marion one? Is that Statesville?
Well, I thought.
My cousin was in Statesville, dude.
Wow.
He fucking murked someone when he was 12. He was a gangbanger.
He shot.
He was
someone?
a Latin king. Killed someone when he was 12. Was in juvie from 12 to 18. When he turned 18, they put him in Statesville. Got out when he was like 25, and then ever since then he's been out for a while now. But when he got out at 25, he couldn't stay out for more than 2 years because he kept violating his parole because he couldn't have a gun on him, and every time he'd get pulled over for fucking horse shit.
Yeah.
And he'd have a pistol on him or something, and he'd go back to jail. But he's also one of those dudes who, I always said he was like a puppy. Like whenever I would drive him around to do gangbanger shit.
Yeah.
Because he didn't have a car.
Yeah.
And real life excited him so much because like he's been in jail his whole life. So he would literally just be like, dang, Keith, look at that girl. What are just like, I would be like, that is just a lady walking. But like, he was just like a puppy with his head out the window. Like, look at that. Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
That's wild. Oh shit.
Yeah.
And then he would also say, he'd be like, I'm more comfortable in jail though. Like it's my life. Maybe it's halved out now, but he had spent like 2/3 of his life in prison.
Well, exactly. So and formative years, teenage and 20s years, formative years.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're going to be like when you're 40 years old, might as well be 80 years old when you're 20.
He got jumped in young too. My dad told me he heard stories of him. Like, so my dad met my mom when she was like 17 or 18.
Yeah.
And he said that my cousin was like 9 at that point, and he would literally have like trash bags. He was like selling weed at that point. Like, he was already in the gang selling weed.
Jesus, as a 9-year-old. Oh, man.
And at 12, he committed murder.
Oh, man.
The ultimate sin.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. Yeah. It's pretty, wow. That's a deep story.
He's a cool guy, though. He really is. He's a nice guy.
Yeah.
Like,
how old is he now, you think?
In his 40s.
Wow.
Probably.
But he's been out. He's been out for a while now. Has he been able to kind of manage
probably
it a
decade at this point.
So he's managing.
And I think he's
somewhat.
gotten in a little trouble since then.
Yeah. Yeah,
but he's avoided the pen thus far.
Yeah. I think of Joliet. They filmed Prison Break in Joliet, where of course the first scene of the Blues Brothers is from too.
Yeah,
that is a mobbed up 70s car. Those LTDs and stuff and Lincolns.
Cadillac. Yeah, anything you can hide drugs in the fender of.
Yeah, they all watched. Yeah, they watched The French Connection too many times.
You just bondo it in the backside.
That's what you do. Drive down. I mean, it's.
And then you snort the bondo. You cut it with the bondo. You grind it up. They snort it. Their brains bleed out their nose, and you get your money back. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Dude, look at their big square ass fucking sunglasses and shit.
Yeah, absolutely. They all look like Jim Jones. You know?
He does look like Jim Jones, dude. Do you know about the Iceman, Richard Kuklinski?
Oh, I heard about him. I was going to watch it this week, but I did not watch it.
Dude, that's the best thing ever. He was a hitman for the fucking mob.
Yeah.
And also
a serial murderer, too. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But also lived a double life, had a family that completely didn't know about it until he was up for trial for murder. Jesus he said he would be at Christmas with his family, opening presents. He'd get a call and be like, oh, I got to go out real quick. I'm going to go to the store.
Yeah.
He'd go murder somebody.
And come back.
And then come back. And he would be able to act like nothing happened. And they said, like, they asked him, do you have any friends left? And he basically said, I don't have any. I've never had a friend that I haven't killed.
Yeah.
Like, he had, by the time he went to jail, had literally everyone who he'd befriended, he murdered.
Wow.
And
wow.
he was
he in New York or was he
in
Chicago?
New York guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think Jersey.
Yeah.
He talked about, and from a kid, he was a psycho. Like, if he wasn't, it's almost a savior that he kind of channeled it through the mob for so long, because he said when he was a kid, he would tie 2 cats together by their tails, throw them over a clothesline, and watch them tear each other apart.
Yeah.
And like that was entertaining. Like a true blue murderer.
Yeah. Yeah. When you're seeing signs of that in a young boy, that's a red flag. That's a red flag when someone's into like animal death.
How he got popped is they started finding barrels with body parts in it, just in alleys in New Jersey. And what happened, he killed just the one random person he killed is what got him fucked.
Yeah.
He was so calculated, like everything he had done, he like would put, the barrels had acid in it. He would like acid the bodies up and just discard it.
Yeah.
One wild story he told, he was at a bar playing pool with somebody and some guy fucking disrespected him at the pool table.
Yeah.
And he fucking like held his cool, let him leave. But when he was walking, he saw that the guy was in his car and he fucking lit a Molotov cocktail and threw it in the guy's car.
And then blew him up, set him on fire.
And then just walked away.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. You know, some pool tables I discovered in Chicago too. Fights break out at pool tables.
Yeah.
Fights break out. I had several moments in my 20s, like back when Wicker Park was truly Division Street was like the Czar bar and like Phyllis's. None of the hip stuff you have now. I mean, it was like bars, hardcore
Anderson
bars.
Paak doing Modelo. There's Lin Manuel. He's doing Modelo commercials. Puerto Ricans love Modelo, dude.
But he was
light-skinned Mexicans love Modelo.
Yeah.
There really is a fucking real cholos fuck with Corona and like Sol.
Yeah.
That's the skunky beer.
Yeah.
But your light-skinned neck tattoo guys will get a Modelo.
Yeah, that's like a higher end.
I think it's higher alcohol content.
Yeah.
You throw someone's head through a wall quicker.
But my point is, I was going off on a good tangent there, and I forgot what my point. I was telling a good story about setting something up well with a good payoff. You know, that I've been was thrown on, but when I do that, that bothers me. But I got thrown off by this. Him doing stand up now, I guess.
I don't know.
But
is that still Lin-Manuel Miranda?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
What was I talking about there, man? What was I talking about?
I don't know. I can't go back.
I can't. Okay.
Yeah, because it's just the.
Sorry, you.
It's all right.
But anyway, because it was a good point. Maybe it'll come back to me.
Yeah, we'll remember.
It'll all be good, you know.
But is this drunk people on cops?
Yeah. Oh, is this
interventions coming back? They had to fucking bank them up a little bit. They ran out of addicts. At that point, they were running through it. And early on, they had ridiculous bullshit on. I remember one of the first episodes, they had a guy who was addicted to Top Golf. And like, he played it a lot. Like he would literally play it he'd be at this bar for like 13 hours a day.
Jesus.
And like he was like hemorrhaging fucking money on it.
Yeah.
But then they even said like he wasn't fired from his job. Like he paid all his bills.
Yeah.
The only thing that was really at risk was his girlfriend was like, I might leave you if you keep doing this. And then even at the intervention, he was just like, this is stupid. Like, I pay all my bills.
Yeah.
Like I go to work. I come home.
It's a pretty weak intervention.
Like, like that's fine if you like, but this is completely unnecessary.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I don't need to go to rehab with heroin addicts because I play Top Golf too much.
Yeah. I mean, I always liked intervention because they always had the delay, like the 30 days later when they were sober and they looked so much better. They looked so much better. You're always like, oh, they're actually coming back into their normal self.
Hoarders is on still too.
Yeah, I found Hoarders more dissatisfying.
Dude, and I've been in a hoarding house. It smells like shit.
Yeah, it is.
Dude, my dad's wild. He used to clean out trailers in his trailer park. He was like the maintenance man, and that's their job to go in and clear out the fucking trailer.
Yeah.
And there was this morbidly obese guy that like he had a dog, and I've never seen him go past his porch because he literally couldn't descend it. He would have his dog on a long leash. The dog would go shit and he'd bring it back in. He finally got either moved out or got booted. My dad went in, dude. When I walked in, because my dad would always be like, come get some shit. This is where my dad's fucked up. This horrid, decrepit, shit-smelling trailer. My dad's still like, there's a lot of shit here. Come see if you want something.
Wow.
So I go over there not thinking it smells like pure death.
Yeah.
He had a chair, like a lazy boy, that had a stick with a shovel on it, and he would let his dog shit in the house and just shovel it away from him. There was a clear radius around this big lazy boy.
Oh my!
And you could tell he would just sit his fucking blob ass. And now this
is a dark
I'm being
podcast
too
right
mean
now. No,
because
but
like
you're right.
you have a serious that guy probably I feel bad. Like he had mental problems.
Issues. Yeah,
but like that's still fucking gross.
Oh yeah.
And like his kitchen counter to the cabinets was just packed. It looked like mail. Garbage and wrappers and tuna cans and shit. And like every room you almost had to like kick shit down. And it wasn't organized like some hoarders. It was just shit everywhere.
Yeah.
And like to the point where I put my shirt over my nose and it didn't shield it. Like it was, I still remember the smell. It's haunted me.
Of course, we're talking about it right now.
It's imprinted in my brain.
How old were you?
Pretty old. I mean, in my
late teens,
early 20s.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So you were
22, 23.
Yeah. To live that way, it's crazy. You know, it is.
So if anyone says like, do you want to volunteer and clean up a hoarder's house? I'll be like, hell no, dude. I don't want to get toxoplasmosis.
Well, you see when they're going to take out their home and try to clean it up. I mean, they have professionals going in there with hazmat suits and stuff. You know, it's like because they find dead cats and animals and stuff, let alone fecal matter.
This guy kept his dog alive, which was a positive.
Christ, I mean, there must have been some need for some connection.
He was lonely, dude. He was a morbidly obese guy. He probably never fucking had any intimacy with anyone.
Yep.
Outside of like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd like to talk to the guy. If he fucking descended his porch more or even talked, we just assumed he had a life. People would go to his house. Like he'd have people would pull up and leave. Like,
wow.
He had one of those fucking like lifts.
Ooh, yep.
But he would never use it. He never left. I don't know. He was interesting.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Then he just bailed. And part of me was just like, how did he leave?
Yeah, but because I always found hoarders versus intervention I found more satisfying. Hoarders was like, okay, they would clean up their place, and I'm like, listen, they're still going to hoard. 6 months later, it's going to look the same. Like I didn't think that there was a breakthrough. There wasn't like hoarder intervention where you go into treatment for 6 months to really deal with your issues.
Get some Goomba voice here.
I knew where I was at. I knew where he was at.
No,
I didn't know it at the time, but my mother will tell you the story.
My mother
would pick her up and take her wherever she could meet my father, and
it's like they purposely say words. My father, my mother.
My dad and my mom at different periods of my life, and I said, he's
he got fat,
Why do I love the rain so much? I don't like sunshine. And he laughed and he said, well, son, maybe it was because it was storming out the night we conceived you. It was a very spontaneous, stormy night. And
maybe that's why you sweat when you eat. Because it was raining when I fucked your mother.
Little Italy.
Eventually, Gotti is apprehended, and the means by which they're apprehended has to do with another longtime friend of Gotti's, Willie Boy.
He was at a Fogo de Chao.
Yeah. I remember going there once with my girlfriend at the time, and it was just bad. The house red was terrible. It was bad. The house red wine was bad. I didn't like it. So it's pawned itself off as a high-end restaurant.
They got me right there in Italy with fucking breadsticks.
My father came in from hiding to sit at a sit-down and save Willie Boy's life.
Gotti came to the sit-down, and it was a sting, and he was arrested by New York cops and the FBI.
I always used to say to myself, if one day I'm going to have my own jail stories. So we all understood it. You understood what was going on. That's how it worked.
He was young there.
Yeah, they all looked like him.
Yeah, I know. He had that alpha Italian sperm.
Dude, that's when you know they got power. That this documentary hasn't even mentioned Sammy the Bull, dude.
Exactly.
You don't fucking talk about that rat.
I
got a guy with a
I never lived that way. Oh, here's Goldblum. Goldblum's had a career.
I got a large man with a garrote standing behind you.
Yeah, Brett Spiner is in this. Data.
I mean, they're not all that dissimilar from us. Breathes oxygen, comparable tolerances to heat, cold. Probably why they're interested in our
I've
planet.
had sex with it.
Hey.
And then he gets killed.
Hey.
I mean, he was great as Data. He's good. He's a good actor. Brett Spiner's good. I feel like he should have a bigger career.
He was in some TV. He was in the show Fringe that was on Fox.
Yeah.
This is the vault.
I've also had sex with this one.
Some of us have come to call it
Robert Loggia.
the freak show.
This character is a government, like he's some eccentric government guy. I got to deal with some long hair hippie scientist.
I'm actually an alien. They've revealed they got aliens in tubes.
Yeah, they're like some embryonic fluid floating and Pullman, President Pullman. Is he the one who's dead?
Who was Dave? Who played Dave? Is it Bill Pullman?
No. Well, this is Bill Pullman.
Biomechanical suit.
Yeah, this is Bill Pullman. I got him and Paxton. Bill Paxton's dead. He was the guy in Titanic.
No, who played them? Who was in the movie Dave? Do you remember Dave?
That was Kevin Kline.
Okay.
Some other means.
You're obviously not thinking about hand signals and body language.
Kevin Kline had a
Some
career.
kind of extrasensory perception, telepathy.
So
this is how they communicate.
You fucked all of these, huh?
Judd Hirsch is there.
Can they be killed?
Their bodies are just as frail as ours. These two died in the crash. This one a few weeks later. You just.
I don't know if you want to.
Get through.
Sometimes I just take them out and tase them. If you want to do that, I mean, we could.
More advanced.
Look at fucking Spiner acting.
You unlock.
If you want to abuse these aliens, we can. I mean,
I'll stumble onto their signal. I don't know how helpful I can be.
Why don't you show them what you've discovered so far? Figure out what they haven't thought of yet.
Yeah.
We'll see if you're as smart as we all hope.
You see,
I feel like
he's strategic in his thinking.
This movie created every actor's like they were all this character after this movie.
Oh yeah. This is a pivot point for a lot of people. I mean, Will Smith. Absolutely.
I mean, Bill Pullman is constantly this guy now.
Yeah. He was
Jeff Goldblum's been Jeff Goldblum forever. Even when he was Brundlefly, he was fucking jutting his eyeballs around like he was about to have a fucking seizure.
He was in The Big Chill. I saw The Big Chill. I watched it again last week. This is like humanity's populist response.
Yeah, they just let people drive up with their fucking RVs to watch it. Dude, they would be fucking leveling those people with AK-47s.
Yeah.
The second they saw that alien, they would blow Will Smith's head off. They would be like, this black guy put a bomb in this alien. He's coming to fucking... I know how it would go down. That hair does not look fucking natural on Brent Spiner.
No,
just let him
not.
have fucking... He can still be an eccentric dork.
Yeah, I know.
Without his fucking wiry hair.
With his weird, like, Einstein gone wrong
Well, you
hair.
got to show what all the secrets he knows. It has an effect on you physically.
Yeah.
And you have to illustrate it.
Loggia getting a paycheck. This is good from damn it, I can yell well. This guy was in everything back in the 90s.
He plays the guy who's just like, my solution is to kill it.
Yeah, exactly.
Atlanta, Chicago, and Philadelphia.
Destroyed. NATO and Western Allied installations were the first to be taken out. Then we were hit. They knew exactly where and how to hit us.
And our forces?
We're down to 15%.
Be like, well, yeah, they're fucking aliens.
Yeah.
So.
They've literally traveled trillions of miles through space.
It looks like they can tell that we're people.
In the next 36 hours.
Yeah, the whole
being exterminated.
They know the difference between dogs and cats. We have a serious problem.
We're being exterminated.
Captain Stephen Hiller.
This guy, he was in a lot of stuff.
Mr. President, we got one.
Where is it now?
We have it isolated down in the containment lab, sir.
I'd like to go see it.
So isn't the plot line that there's going to be like a crossroads moment, like the species is going to be taken down, right?
Well, yeah, right now they just think Will Smith is some fucking street basketball player who fucking is talking shit. So there's a point where he proves that he's an intelligent human being. And they're like, maybe we should listen to the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and let him fly a fucking prototype jet. He is a military air force. Like, he's not just some fucking...
Well, he's a reservist.
He's not just some and one legend. Yeah, he's in the military.
Yeah, exactly.
This is actually kind of a more progressive role for the time. Like this could have easily gone to fucking Harrison Ford.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, this was a woke movie in its own way. You know, I mean, the director of this, I can't think of his name. He's like gay, so he was probably like open. You know, hey, we'll have an open cast.
Didn't John Berg make this?
I can't think of the guy's
name.
Who
the fuck made this? Let's look that up.
He's done a lot of big production movies like this. Hasn't had a hit in a while though. This is Vivica A. Fox.
You want to hit a break soon? We're at 55 minutes.
We should. But let's find out who the director is. I can't think of the guy's name. He's some German dude, I think.
Yeah. It was a fun first hour though.
Absolutely.
ID4. I still never got why it was ID4 until years later.
God, she's pretty. I mean,
who? The red
Vivica A. Fox.
That's old girl from fucking Battlestar Galactica. She ends up being the president.
Absolutely.
She goes from Secretary of Education to the president.
Yeah, well, she was in Dances with Wolves. Is it Mary McConnell? Mary McDowell? She's good. She's good.
Roland Emmerich did Independence Day. He's the man, dude. He did The Day After Tomorrow, Apocalypto. What else did he do? I mean, he makes these kind of movies where you have like in a Roland Emmerich movie, a wall of something always approaches a city.
Yeah.
In this one, it's a spaceship. In Apocalypto, it's a fucking wave. In The Day After Tomorrow, it's like all these giant storms.
Yeah.
Anything that's large enough to give you a fucking panic attack.
Yeah.
Roland Emmerich is going to make a fucking movie about it.
Absolutely. So
we'll close out with his fucking filmography.
Exactly.
Universal Soldier.
That was his first movie?
Well, his first movie was fucking The Noah's Ark Principle in 1984.
Jesus.
I'm just doing the highlights. He did the first Stargate movie.
Yeah. Stargate's a decent enough movie.
It's a great movie.
Yeah.
And then, so in a row, Stargate, Independence Day, and then he did Godzilla, which is where he starts falling.
Yeah.
Then he did The 13th Floor in 99. The Patriot in 2000, which is a good fucking movie. Eight-Legged Freaks, which is, he didn't direct that, though. He just produced that.
Yeah.
The Day After Tomorrow, which is a good fucking movie.
Yeah.
10,000 BC, 2012. And then he did Independence Day Resurgence. I forgot there was a fucking... And then he did the Midway movie.
I heard the Midway movie was a bomb.
Well, yeah, because Roland Emmerich directed it.
Yeah, exactly.
Again, there's probably a scene where there's probably just giant shit everywhere. He likes huge things.
Yeah, exactly.
What fucking nationality is he? I bet you he's Swedish.
I was going to say he's German.
Oh, he's German.
He's going to be German.
Ooh, we like it big.
This is when it comes alive.
Yeah.
This is its host.
All right. Well, we'll ease into a break here.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Coming back here. We'll see you right here on the other side.
Yeah. Yep.
Keith Paisley's podcast.
Hello, Larry. Portland is a long way from LA.
Back from break.
Hello, Larry. Yeah.
Got them all. Here's a new one.
Just jerked him off of the rope.
What's that?
It's fucking some old wrestling. And Jake the Snake threw him off of the rope, and the announcer goes,
Just jerked him off of the rope.
Jerked him off with the rope.
Just jerked him off of the rope.
With the rope.
Yeah.
God. Yeah,
Jeff
man.
Goldblum wearing a fucking puka shell necklace. It's Alex Riga from Taxi.
Exactly. Can you turn that light off, dude?
Oh, yeah.
I appreciate that, man. We have a glare in the television set that I can't say. I appreciate. I should do that. Well, Hirsch plays his father in this. This is Hirsch. Like, I thought he played a little bit too old. I knew he was getting older, but he has to play like the aging Jew.
In my head, he did this and Taxi.
Yeah. Well,
like that's the only two things.
Ordinary People. He was the therapist. That was supposed to be Gene Hackman. Gene Hackman was supposed to play the therapist in that, and ended up being...
What happened?
He ended up doing something else instead. So it ended up being
Superman,
Judd Hirsch.
probably.
You know,
he did Soups.
Yeah, I remember seeing that in the theater.
Superman?
Yeah, the original, the '78 Superman. I saw that in the theater.
Oh, you must have been. Was it like a Star Wars-esque? Blown away.
You know,
I liked it. That's back to back. You're.
I liked it, but it wasn't as good as Star Wars, or even a Close Encounters of the Third Kind. You know. It wasn't as good as either of those. You see, here's a black family being portrayed in a positive light.
Well, that's the little kid from Family Matters. He was 3J, I think his name was, or something like that, which is such a black name.
I know.
3J. That would be like with the number 3, not just like spelled out.
Yeah, exactly. But I think that, that's what I'm kind of hoping. So I think my script is coming along. I think it's coming along. But I'm still not at the point that I feel truly comfortable like getting it out to people. I have to still go through some stuff on it,
Yeah, it's no Hamilton yet. That's on Disney Plus. Dude, Hamilton's good.
Oh, of course it is. Yeah, okay. And it will never be Hamilton because I'm not that talented.
They put it on Disney Plus, dude.
I mean, all I'm trying to do is just produce something that like people think, okay, this is a decent story. Maybe they buy it and say, I can do it better, and here's your money, and then I get a story credit, Here's your cash. So, but I honestly believe in this thing still, man. I don't think I'm deluding myself. You know what I mean?
Ooh, got a big one out there.
Yeah, that was.
So a lot of people now, because Hamilton is on Disney Plus and everybody loves it, now everyone wants their favorite play to get released onto a streaming service. And everyone's just like, well, how come like Book of Mormon? And I'm like, I tried to tell someone it was Adam Quaslow, and I don't disagree with him.
Yeah.
I just think he's stuck on one point where I was like, it's Lin-Manuel Miranda. He's got a mega deal with Disney. It started with Moana, and or Moana, say it properly, and it's movie adaptations of both his plays, which is In the Heights, which is about Brooklyn Heights, New York, which was supposed to come out already, but COVID hit. So it's coming out next year, and it's like a musical movie. And then they released Hamilton, but I'm almost 100% sure they're going to make a movie out of the musical Hamilton.
Oh, absolutely. Of course they have to. It's a complete fucking phenomenon,
And he was like, I understand that, but how come he's the only one getting the deal? And like, people got to understand, number one, most plays suck. Yeah. Even if you like them, they're bad. Rent being the case.
God.
And like Book of Mormon will never be given a big streaming deal or made into a movie because it makes fun of religion. And even if you agree with it, you can't put that out there. Curtains, they said, was already made into a movie. So like you don't really need to stream the play.
What was Curtains about?
It's some fucking like jail shit. Let me see.
God.
Like it's got
the whole what about Annie? The sun'll come out tomorrow. You can bet your bottom dollar there'll be sun. You gonna have that? Tomorrow. God, Annie is such crap. Every scene in Annie always ends on a high note. Like there could be a real depressing song going on about being a redheaded orphan.
Yeah.
And my life is so sad as a redheaded orphan, but everything's gonna be okay. Like it always ends on a hot note, like a high note.
Curtains is a musical mystery comedy. Based on the original book and concept of Peter Stone, it's send up of a back. It's some fucking like comedy detective bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, I remember seeing Les Miserables.
But like Hamilton,
I like Les Mis.
Hamilton hit at a perfect time. Number one, Lin-Manuel Miranda. Every song he writes is good.
Yeah,
like even
unlike Rent, the anti-Rent,
and it hit at the right time. Like when Hamilton came out was 2015. That was when the third act of Trump fever was cresting. He was about to get into actually being president mode.
Yeah.
So the idea of having a play where all the founding fathers are played by people of color.
Yeah.
Not only was it something that people were craving, but a lot of people used it as like a fuck you to Trump. Because I remember Pence went and one of the actors like
called him out at the end
did
of it.
This big fucking
production of
which I don't know if at the time I kind of half agreed with. Like I get the sentiment behind it, but like do it at like I'm sure you could have met him. Like I'm sure you could have asked to meet with and say it in private to his face. You don't
as opposed
have
to doing it as a public display.
You don't have to make a fucking scene.
Well, they're actors, okay? This is what they do.
Yeah.
They can't think that way. Discretion is not one of the common traits of a good actor.
And it is a very good play, but I honestly feel like if Hamilton comes out in the year 2000 or something like that, number one, if it comes out in the year 2000, they don't let him do the founding fathers as people of color.
Oh, yeah. No, absolutely.
Like they'd make changes and it would just be like a play.
Yeah.
Like I feel like part of the cultural phenomenon of it was it came at a perfect time.
Yeah.
Not even that he planned it that way, but it came at a time when fascism was about to come into America.
Yeah.
So the idea of just having, it's not even a reimagining, it's just a pound for pound tale of Alexander Hamilton, but it's played by people of color.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think and the music it's supposed to be amazing.
That plays into why it's getting the streaming treatment right now. Like, Book of Mormon's good, but if you put it on a streaming service, someone's going to be offended by it.
Yep.
It's an unoffensible play.
Yep.
The only people that are offended by it are the people that like, oh, you're having black people play white people. And even in my brain,
why is that allowed?
Even in my brain, I have to get used to it, but simply of my image of the founding fathers is money. The picture on the money.
Yep, absolutely.
So when the actors are playing these characters, it took me 2 watches to be like, okay, that guy's James Madison.
Yep.
That guy's George Washington. When I first watched it, I was just like, this is just a bunch of black people on stage.
Yeah.
Like my brain can't process it yet.
Yeah.
So like that's something I had to get used to, but it wasn't like I wasn't.
That's cool though. You know,
I wasn't
it makes
offended by it.
Yeah,
though.
exactly. Well, you should have been. The white race is under attack. Because I tell you what, I was inspired by the 4th of July fireworks we just went out and saw. Within the last half an hour, we went outside and saw the 4th of July fireworks. And you know something? I'm in a better headspace about the country right now. That's the truth.
Because people are revolting against illegal fireworks?
Well, just because the fireworks, they made me feel good, you know? Plus, the moon looks amazing over the LA skyline right now.
It does. The little downtown that could.
Yeah.
It really is tiny. Look they got Amanda Nunes. They're really roping in every Latinx person to fucking
exactly.
Dude, Modelo went in hard. They saw that Corona was down, and Modelo was like, "We're fucking putting out ads, dude."
Oh, I mean, they're I mean, that's why Constellation Brands put all this money in, and that's who owns Corona. It's like, you got to change the name of your freaking beer. I realize it's been called Corona for decades. I remember drinking Corona in 1987.
We need to get rid of these Native American mascots and Corona.
I will say
the Redskins are changing. It's going to happen.
That's pretty crazy.
Adam Schefter said they wouldn't have the meeting to discuss it if they weren't going to change it. He basically said the meeting is to discuss what they can keep.
Yeah.
As far as like taglines and like, can we still call them something nation? Like, are the Native Americans offended at that even nation? Because that has some Native American
absolutely
semblance to it. Can we still be called Warriors possibly if we go to the Washington Warriors? Someone suggested the Washington Red Tails because the Red Tails is a group of Tuskegee Airmen.
Exactly.
And it has the same syllables. That's important.
Absolutely.
You don't want it to change it to Warrior. Like, that's jarring for people. That's almost like an expansion team.
Yeah, exactly.
And keep the color scheme. The color scheme is bomb, dude. That fucking copper, orange, and fucking
absolutely.
Yellow,
what
white.
would the helmet be? The helmet's got to change, my friend.
And that's another thing. Can we keep the arrow?
Well, I think if it would be the Red Tails, they'd probably have like a jet on there, or an airplane of some sort.
You might have to break it to your brother, and I've had to accept it with the Blackhawks. The hammer's coming down on all of them.
Yeah.
Braves, Chiefs, Blackhawks, Seminoles.
Yeah.
They're all changing.
Yeah.
Indians. It's not going to be allowed anymore. If you can't be the fucking Redskins, then you can't be the Indians. If you can't be the Indians, you can't be the fucking Blackhawks.
Yeah, exactly.
And they have to change. And then even though Chief, Seminole, and Brave is like a rank, but that's still people.
You're still fucking
and people don't even some
making them a mascot.
Some people on the left don't even like that. There's teams called like generals and admirals because you're fucking glorifying war.
Well, then it turns into like bizarre NASL football names. Like
the Twigs.
One of the worst things about the NASL.
Well, there's too many
names. They have.
Birds. There's too many birds.
Yeah. I think Red Tails might be a good one because it's also. We're talking about DC here. It is a chocolate city.
Yeah.
You know,
and it's funny. So to break people down who don't necessarily know, it's happened in the last couple of days, and it's money that changed it. For my whole life, they've been talking about this.
Oh, absolutely.
And it got to be such a annoying issue that in 2016, they took a poll with Native Americans, and I think 90% of Native Americans were like, dude, we don't even care anymore. Yeah. Like, we have so many other problems in our community that like basically they were like, yes, it annoys us. Like, we don't like it, but it's fine. Yeah. Keep the fucking name. And then he used that for so many years. And then 2 things happened. One, Nike and FedEx, which are 2 of their biggest sponsors,
FedEx Field, said
that we highly suggested. Nike straight up has said until they change it, we're not going to feature any of their merchandise on any of our
which
lines.
is a big deal. Absolutely, that's what has to happen.
And then FedEx, there's deeper lines in that because not only does FedEx, it was like a 202 licensing deal, $202 million. until 2027. And the guy who partly owns FedEx, who also owns 10% of the Redskins, is like Dan Snyder's mentor.
Yeah.
And he's the one who said FedEx is offended by the name. So they said that must have been like such
the straw that broke the camel's
or
back.
just like Dan Snyder must feel betrayed right now.
Well, I want
like
he's that much of a weirdo.
His mentor just fucking dropped the hammer on him.
Yeah.
On the one thing, there's quotes, Dan. It's one of the timeline. They mapped out the timeline of the controversy. And I think in 2000, when he bought the team, he said, "We will never change the name." And he said, "Never." And then he said, "You can put that in caps in the newspaper. Like you can use all caps. We will never change the name of the team."
Yeah. Well, you know, he thought he had a brand.
And then also what DC did is he wants to build a stadium on the side of RFK Stadium. Because 2027, their deal in Landover runs out. God. And the mayor or whoever, one of the senators said, unless you change the name, you are not allowed in the city limits of Washington, D.C.
Yeah. Yeah, interesting. He wants to bring back the glory of RFK and the By the way, just to let you know, I've been going back and watching old Viking playoff games, wins and losses.
RFK Stadium was a shithole.
1980. I watched the 1983 Redskin Viking playoff game, which was the year of the Redskins' first Super Bowl championship, the John Riggins run. Vikings played them in the NFC in the divisional round. There were many playoff teams. They were one of the final four in the NFC. And they went on the road, and I watched this the first drive. Vikings gave up a touchdown on the first drive. They got pile driven by the offensive line. You could tell they were getting dominated. Vikings come out their first play, and I remember that game watching it. I was 13 years old. And I remember Sammy White dropped like 5 fucking passes. When you watch games from back then, and these are playoff teams. These are the good teams. There are drop passes all the time. And you're just like, the accuracy of passing is better now. There's something about it. But people don't drop passes as much as they used to drop. I mean, they still drop passes.
Also,
but not like they did back then. Sammy White was their best receiver.
The concept of throwing a spiral was like, there were all pro quarterbacks who threw fucking rainbows.
Oh, I know.
There were some old Steelers where you see gunslinger Terry Bradshaw and you see him throw a pass to Lynn Swann and the ball is fucking axising fucking across. Like Terry Bradshaw could not throw a spiral.
But I tell you one thing, Terry Bradshaw had a howitzer for
he had a cannon, but like
he was a javelin champion in Louisiana.
Was wobbling in the air.
Yeah. Well, he might have been hit. You know.
Also, I think the balls were fatter back then.
Yeah, it's interesting you say that because you look at like footballs from like the 50s. It looks so bizarre.
They look like rugby balls.
Yeah, and they're like white.
Also, maybe because of the white mark on it, I think college footballs are fatter than pro footballs.
You know, but it is. I mean, think about it. Manning didn't throw the tightest spiral.
No,
he just knew where it was going. You know, so the accuracy now that's the biggest difference,
dude. And this is where
the accuracy is incredible.
And this is also where Mahomes changed the game.
Yeah,
he's the first quarterback ever in my life where he does everything correctly.
Yeah.
Even Brett Favre had questionable decision making.
Absolutely.
Jay Cutler had most gunslingers have questionable decision making
because they're in love with their arm.
And they throw a shitload of interceptions. Yep. They'll throw 40 touchdowns, but they'll also throw 26 interceptions.
Yeah.
And Mahomes is the first person to not do anything wrong.
Well, Rodgers, I think, is definitely in that discussion too.
Well, he doesn't throw interceptions, but even him, like, he's kind of injury prone.
Well, like he ain't Favre in that regard. That's for sure. I honestly think that'll be the reason why he retires a little earlier than like Favre. He may not make it to his 40s and just say, I played till I was 37, 38. And my body, if he gets one more it breaks a collarbone, like a major injury, I could see him saying, this is enough.
I think Peyton Manning's
that's
flaw
my hope.
Was when he was good changing things up, and he was like Batman, where he had a plan for his plan for his plan for his plan.
Yeah.
But if you figured out all 7 of those plans, he was fucked.
Yeah.
Where a guy like Patrick Mahomes
can improvise.
He can just fucking run around and then fucking fling a hook shot.
I know.
And then one of his, like I said, it's almost unfair that he's allowed to play professional football.
It's funny you mention that because he's obviously the evolutionary leap of the position. And another thing that he did better than anyone else is he combined the 3 sports. He's actually basketball is his favorite sport. He loved playing that,
and he's a pitcher, so he can throw
a shortstop and a pitcher
80 miles per hour.
Oh, I think he threw in the 90s, like low 90s. So he had an incredible arm, and he liked throwing the ball. Baseball is his second favorite sport. Football is his third favorite sport. But he's been able to combine the three into one, and that's where I think like that sort of integration, or that leap is happening with him. And the fact that his father was a professional athlete for 12 years, obviously he has been groomed very well about how to behave.
Also, it helps.
When I say behave, I just mean like how to prepare and stuff. Not like whose behavior off field. I'm just saying how to prepare.
Well, I was gonna say it helps that he's very soft spoken, and he almost looks like someone
he's placid.
He almost seems like someone who looks intimidated by, like, in his eyes, that he's just like, hey guys, like, I'm just here to play, but once he gets out onto the field. But most people with his talent would be like, fuck yeah, dude. Like,
yeah.
I'm
he's
the
humble.
Fucking best. He'd have like
humble.
Nike lines. Like, this motherfucker's sponsored by ketchup.
Yeah. I mean, I will be curious. I think he's trying to, because he's in a smaller market, he's not on one of the coasts.
He's going to have to take pay cuts.
He's definitely Rodgers. He and Rodgers doing the State Farm commercials together.
Yeah.
Is very much, you can tell he's like, I look at you, Aaron Rodgers, as someone who's managed his star in Green Bay.
Here's where I think he's got a different mindset, though. Because Green Bay is still that's a fucking foundational team. Like, even though it's a small city, that's like,
it's Green Bay. It's
that's the Yankees and Red Sox. Like, Bears, even though I'm a Bears fan and I might be biased, Bears Packers is Yankees Red Sox.
Yeah,
like those are, as far as original teams, they each have as far as total world championships, they each have. I think the Packers have 13 and the Bears have 12 or something like
they
that.
Have 9, I think. Yeah, but combined, you're right. I mean, they are foundation teams. There's no doubt about it.
But the Chiefs, like, came from the AFL expansion team. Like, I think in Mahomes' head, he's like, I'll try and win 3 or 4 in Kansas City. But then, like, if the Giants or the fucking Rams come calling,
a wheelbarrow
of
money, I know.
You would be retarded not to take that.
Yep. No, I think
he's going to be a Giant or a Ram at some point in his career.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, or a Jet maybe, or so one of the big market teams has got to swoop him up. They just have to. It's just what I can see it. That's what I could see New England. I'll be curious to see, even though there won't be a season this year, what it would be like with Brady playing for the Buccaneers.
Now,
Cam Newton playing for the
question
Patriots.
And this is where we're going to see, because we haven't seen this before. What is a 32-year-old Patrick Mahomes going to look like as far as talent? Like, you got to include degrading skills.
Well, I'm not concerned about that. It's injuries. He's not
dislocated his kneecap already.
Yeah, he's not going to make it. I mean, he's going to have injuries because the game is brutal.
And Favre played through a lot of shit. Oh, guarantee you, just because of the nature. One of these days, he's going to whip that ball down the field and he's going to dislocate his fucking shoulder.
Yeah, or mess up his elbow or something like that. Yeah. Strain a tendon or something in a certain situation, making a pass.
Yeah.
Falling down, sidearming it in kind of cold weather.
Falling on it.
Oh, there's his arm, and now it has to heal.
That was the death knell for Eric Kramer. He tore his fucking rotator cuff and he was never the same after that.
Yep. No, that's a pitcher injury, But what are we watching here? Is this Gotti stuff?
A&E. If you hit fucking, there's an info button on there.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, still. Oh yeah, because fucking did Reagan go after the mob? Was he the president during this time?
Oh yeah. No, you have to understand that. Well, yeah.
Oh, that's great. So there's a police pursuit of a stolen ambulance currently right now.
Where's it at?
Maywood.
Okay. Wow. Someone pulling that off.
It's on fire right there.
Let's go for a ride. I tell you what, when I was like 16,
turn on 5 or 2 or something. 9. Turn on channel 9. We don't fuck with any other news organization.
Here we go. Yeah,
buddy.
Someone boosted an good old fire engine red ambulance.
They got the fucking lights on, buddy.
Yeah. They're having a party. Someone might be on something. Wow.
Yeah, we'll fucking pull this
Pursuit of a stolen ambulance.
So this is very unusual. I don't know. Have you ever seen this in your career?
Not at all. Not at all. And the sad thing about it,
I was watching porn before you guys called me, so
I was like, "Shit,
you're gonna have to let me soften up before I
soften."
Told for the public anyway, if he's cruising around in this thing, and
he can't go too fast too because he's top heavy.
People see the lights and siren coming, they're going to move out of the way and give him carte blanche. as far as the traffic goes.
God.
Yeah. I mean,
There's not
honestly,
many
this driver's
people out
not
there.
even giving them a lot of
No.
opportunity to do that, Dave. You know, we were just talking
Yeah,
about how
LA is so.
firefighters, you know, when
There's
they
always
drive
a
these rescue
good
ambulances
car
and
chase in LA. You get a good couple car chases at one a week, 2 a week, maybe. You know.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes there's one every day.
Yeah, I know. That's the
I've
craziness.
learned this because for the last 3 months, I've literally watched the news all day, every day.
Yeah,
because she's been working from home.
Yep.
So like this shit happens. It's a lot of times during the day, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry about that.
How did they steal it?
Yeah, especially with the fireworks.
Did they rip it
going
and
off.
run
I'm
it?
sure
Is there some
everybody's
fucking
got
Yeah,
a
I
whole-
wonder if somebody just
EMT?
ran up, maybe.
People are getting hurt.
I thought he was one of the good ones, and he just
No,
came
we
up and
got-
took me out.
One of the
I
good
don't know
ones.
if they're, I think that they're actually tracking it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's got to
Yeah,
be
we
a couple
haven't
of
actually seen the
helicopters out
officer
there,
on the
right?
Oh, that thing
The
is
helicopter's got to be out there.
Dude, that thing is low jacked and hijacked.
Yeah, I mean they're going to start flashing the light on it, right? When they,
Well, that's what
And now
it's.
we've
There's a
entered the
helicopter
city of
following it
they're
right
following
now.
it right now. Yeah, just totally steady.
Well, that's why, to me, this is why even you can make the argument that the highway patrol doesn't even need to exist, because you can avoid every high speed chase should just be someone driving and the helicopter following it until they stop.
Yeah.
And then when the guy stops, tell the cops where he is.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need to chase him. Just fucking let the helicopter follow him the whole time.
Oh, and now he's just, look, he's slowing down as he merges into
He
traffic.
might try and get on they usually try and get on the highway at some point.
Somebody who is fleeing the police like this, but we did just get a glimpse into the back of that ambulance where you would normally see
his
the stretcher,
grandmother is
and
back
I don't
there.
see anybody back there. I
Yeah.
suppose that is good news, Dave.
God.
Yeah. I would.
Yeah.
think
Oh yeah,
that
yeah.
you're
You
right.
can tell.
Just
Yeah,
a little
he's
bit
trying to turn
the
onto
glance
some
that we did, I
some
didn't see,
expressway somewhere. Yeah,
location.
he's got to be
You
right.
can see the gurney if it's in there.
What if he just parks in
But,
Starbucks, gets a cup?
yeah,
Oh, he just passed a cop.
Oh yeah,
Fucking-
yeah. There's two cops right there.
Police and the fire.
Yeah.
Even though you're rolling
Oh,
Hey,
there's some sparklers and fireworks
down to
going
those
on.
Intersections. It's why when a black and white chasing somebody,
There's more
they always
fireworks. He just
fall
drove through
back
fireworks.
after
He's
that
about to crash. He's about to
intersection.
crash.
The suspect
I sound
goes
like a
red
news
light.
guy.
Yeah.
This is just really
This is crazy.
stressful, Jasmine. We're seeing all these people hanging out outside.
Here's what the
shooting off
game I like to
fireworks.
play,
There might be
Crow.
kids outside. Really, this part of, I believe we're still.
What
in
color
Southeast,
is this
but
guy?
area is
What do you
narrow
think?
streets and a lot of people
An
park behind
ambulance
the side of
makes
the
a
street.
big
It's
difference.
hard to
Yeah,
navigate this
that is a
normal
particular
This is a drunk
vehicle to.
This is a drunk white guy and or Puerto Rican.
I think there's drugs involved more than alcohol. I think there's probably drugs involved.
A tweaker.
Yeah, I actually think it's probably some grubby white guy. Actually, and I'm not trying to.
Yeah.
But
No,
might
there's
be a
nothing
Mexican
wrong
guy.
with
Maybe a
that.
Mexican guy. I tell you, I went over to. I think I told you I had to go over to. Oh yeah, the cops are after him now.
Dude, I'll tell you what.
Well, he's in residential neighborhoods now, so
In
they're
my
gonna go after
instance,
him.
black people don't fuck with high speed pursuits.
Yeah.
They'll give you a foot chase.
Yeah.
But yeah, your whites and your Latinos.
Yeah, look get behind the wheel of a car.
Will get behind the wheel.
Yeah. God, I was getting booze like 2 months ago at Cap and Cork. And I was just getting a bottle of booze over there. And there was this Mexican dude who had just an army jacket and nothing from his waist on down. He was full on buck except for his army jacket.
There you go.
And he was just twirling this purse around and throwing it in the air and catching it. And he was just walking around the perimeter. And I told the guys in there, I was like, listen, there's this dude. Oh, and the guy was like, oh, is it that Mexican guy? Like he just, I was like, well, yeah, there is a guy out there. He might be Mexican, you know.
He might be.
Yeah.
And
guy might as well be a goddamn
But he was,
piñata.
I mean, he was
relatively small,
out of his tree. He was on some drug where he was fucked up, you know.
They're all right up against each other.
Dude,
so
they're in
I think
Southgate.
it's entirely possible that we'll see.
You know what I
Southgate call
think?
for help,
Part of me
from one of
thinks
the other
that
local
a
police
lot of the
departments.
high speed pursuit people, number one, they probably live wherever they're driving to, but I think they go to the hood because they think there's going to be less police.
Yeah.
We're like, we can go to the hood, we can just park this ambulance in a fucking 99-cent or less store parking lot.
I don't even know if they're thinking anything. They might be thinking, you know something? This is going to be fun.
I'm just going to, or I just got to maybe, I think part of you, because your adrenaline's pumping, probably thinks like, well, if I just drive long enough and don't do anything wrong, they'll just leave.
That sort of weird level of rationalization. No, it's their job. They're going to come get you.
On such a busy night like tonight, we've already had brush fires pop up.
But also, maybe this is all part of the Putin thing. Oh, well, it'll be a person of color, and he'll come out and get killed.
I'll tell you what's happening is that is a government agent in that ambulance, and he's taking our attention away while people are being legitimately murdered by the false flag fireworks that are happening right now, which are actually covering abductions of people. And when they actually do come out and start shooting us in the street, we're not going to know. We're not going to care because we're going to just think it's fireworks.
Wow,
that's the chain of conspiracies floating out right now.
Oh my God. What's it with these mole people theories that are out there? That there's a group of mole children that famous people are having sex with.
Here's my thing.
And what a bizarre, twisted fantasy that is.
They're just following. This is boring at this point. Here's my thing. I'll give you 1 or 2 conspiracies.
You want to wait to see you want it to end because you want to see what's going to happen.
Oh yeah, I'm just saying.
Okay. No, I'm listening. Let's just do this right now, and then we'll go back. Yeah.
I'll give you 1 or 2 conspiracies.
Yeah.
Did someone shady kill Kennedy? Probably.
Yeah.
Moon landing happened.
Yeah.
I'll give you a couple. Everything in life isn't a read between the lines conspiracy.
Yeah. Shit just happens.
Life isn't that I think people could just calm down if they truly and this is where acid comes into play. Life is not that complicated.
Yeah.
Most people have very, very simple drives in life.
Yeah.
And those drives lead you to do wild shit.
Yeah.
But it doesn't start with I'm going to infiltrate this and I'm going to get to this level of power. That's not how life works.
Yeah, exactly. How can you predict how things are going to unfold? You know what I mean? I'm a believer in cause and effect. If this happens, that happens. But in terms of to look that many steps down the road and for to have everything kind of work out in that route is a difficult thing to pull off. There's a lot of variables you can't control. So that's but that might be the reason for the conspiracy. That's why there's more people involved.
Also, dude, I'm telling you, a lot of these conspiracy people, it's gamer brain. It's I've played fucking live action role playing games and video games where you have these massive complicated stories.
Yeah.
And you start thinking well, if people can create this, it's based on something.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here, dude.
But I mean, there's people living by these conspiracies. Right. There was the whole pizza guy, right, from North Carolina. He drove in, was going to shoot people. And then I guess it was because they thought that there was a sex ring going on that the Clintons were involved in.
Now
give me a fucking break.
I don't believe any of that Clinton shit, but dude, number one, Dennis Hastert, I think, was arrested in that pizza place for child porn.
Oh, he was?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but whatever. It just,
I think,
then that probably created it. It might have just been a place that he was at.
I think the owners of the pizza place were some weird people because this doesn't even have anything to do with the politicians. There's this YouTube video of a concert that happened at that pizza place in the 80s, and the lead singer is being where are they at? Where are the kiddies at? Bring them up here. It's creepy, dude.
Yeah.
As far as the conspiracy behind it, I don't believe, but I do think pedophiles run that pizza place. And I think other pedophiles know that, and they frequent that pizza place.
And they sort of know where to go.
Yeah. It's a safe place. It's hey, if you want to slice, and also don't want to feel like a pedophile.
Yeah.
I know a couple pedophiles that own a pizza place.
Yeah, and you can go there.
And
what a bizarre subculture. What a subculture.
Yeah.
The coping skills that you have to develop.
But I don't think it goes beyond anything of that. I just think Dennis Hastert got caught at this pizza place, and now psychopaths think,
oh, that's what's happening.
Or I'll even buy, what is there, there's hundreds of people in the government, right? Thousands.
What with what?
As far as totality of the United States government, how many total people?
People working it?
Yeah,
it's over it's millions.
I'll give you maybe 30 of them are pedophiles. That's a lot.
Yeah,
but it's not the every chain of command down the thing.
Yeah.
There's people
all
who
involved.
think that every inch of the government are these lizard-like pedophiles who just Every now and again, yeah. But
it is literally projecting it's their own deep psychological authority issues being projected out in some weird warped fantasy. It's the government. So any authority thing, God damn it, no. And you project your own weirdness into it. Look at these pictures. Yeah, I love it when you go to a street fair in
Those
Chicago.
are penciled, dude.
Yeah, and you see like penciled out, stenciled pictures of like famous mafia people.
Imagine the guy
Look
who
at
got
that fucking chair he's sitting in, by the way.
The streets is coming into the home.
Imagine the guy who got to go to his friend and be like, dude, John Gotti Jr. wants me to fucking pencil a picture of him and his dad
walking with the
in
New
front
York
of the New York skyline
behind them
with the trade centers.
Yeah.
In his world, 9/11 didn't happen.
What hadn't happened yet?
Frank DeChico. Hey, Frankie DeChico.
Look at that 80s font.
I think the immediate thought
This guy was in
Goodfellas.
Goodfellas.
Gotti had placed himself at risk. Within a week or two, Frank DeChico, who was going to be the underboss for Gotti, was blown up. And some thought that it was an attempt to kill Gotti, but somehow they got their signals crossed and they ended up killing DeChico instead.
John Gotti was supposed to be in that car in a fight. Remember right, he was in the club, and he didn't leave with Frankie DeChico. It now made us understand that there was going to be retribution for the Castellano hit. When Frankie DeChico was killed,
You know what, though?
saying that was
After all these years,
yeah,
you'd think they'd try and not look so mobstery.
Well, that's the thing about him, that Gotti that pissed people off is that he was so flamboyant with his lifestyle.
I'm even saying now, like the people
Yeah.
talking in present time, like slick back hair with the fucking fat rim, with the big stepdad rim glasses, and they got
This is
the
what
fucking,
they do, man. This is,
they got their rings, but they don't wear 7 rings now. They only wear like 3.
Rub out.
To Frankie DeChico, so I did worry.
I was suffering from Bell's palsy, so I didn't really.
Got to get going.
I was slightly incapacitated. Do you have to get going?
No. I was
Yeah.
talking about his lines. It was John Gotti who said, I got to get going. I got to get out of here.
I remember that night because that's the night I dropped John Jr. on the kitchen floor. And I smacked his head, and John Sr.
You see upper right-hand corner? AIDS, a ray of hope. I mean, it's literally, AIDS was a story all
this
the
was
time in the
96.
80s. No, this is in the 80s. This is the 80s.
That was the 80s?
Yeah, it was late 80s.
So were they trying to be like, oh, there may be a cure?
Yeah,
or something?
yeah, exactly. Like,
Chloroquine.
you know.
Creation of a modern mafia don. Impeccably dressed.
I mean, this guy would just go out and buy falafel.
He was the dapper don.
What happened? Oh, nice. Hell yeah. What if he's got a fucking El Chapo tunnel?
The light's now on.
Start setting up a perimeter.
What's his race?
Probably won't. They'll direct one unit into where she was last seen running.
Can't tell.
Oh, it's a
Then they'll
girl.
grab another unit and set one up.
It's a
maybe
woman.
box
Look at that
going the
progress.
other side. I'm
It's a
not sure
woman?
which way
Yeah.
that would be. And then they'll
But
set
again,
up
that wasn't my question.
diagonal,
That's a fucking
diagonal
caveat.
deployment, and they'll lock
What
that
color?
block in. And what they'll do is they'll start directing units.
No
in,
hate,
maybe
I just
request
wanna
a
know.
K9 to respond to the location. But still, we got.
It's funny. I said, no hate. I just want to know. And the news lady went,
Real good look.
Yeah, that's true. I
What
remember.
neighborhood are they in?
You know, when I was younger.
Bell?
Being
Oh,
over
so
the
it's
house a couple of
Oh,
times
okay,
and
okay,
radioing
yeah.
down on that loudspeaker to people to get inside their homes and lock their doors because they were looking for somebody, a burglary suspect or whatever it was. So I know that they have the option of doing that.
What
and
if,
there are probably
see,
a lot of unsuspecting
I think
people
this
look
guy
at
should be given a chance. Yes, he committed a crime,
Yeah.
but he made it home.
Yeah.
She made it home.
Yep.
She didn't hurt anybody. The ambulance is there, undamaged.
Yeah.
Just take it back. Let her stay home. Fine her
The
a
next day.
shitload of money.
Yeah.
I'm not saying she shouldn't be
Yeah,
punished, but
yeah.
like, why take her to jail at this point?
Well, I mean, I'm sure that what's her mental state? Is she a danger to herself or other
she
people?
got a home. She maintains a home.
You know, she's still mentally
She
ill.
had a key.
It's a woman too. Interesting. It's a woman. That's I wonder. You know, there'll be more subtext here. There'll be more subtext. The story's going to unfold. It'll be good. Anyway, back to the Dapper Down here. Gotti, Godfather and son. You know something, Frankie?
Well, basically,
I gave you a job to do.
We want you to spend more time with us. We want you to be more like us. That's what we want you to do.
And by that, don't be so gay all the time.
And I said,
you play with dolls, son, and you're 15 years old.
Yeah.
And he says, let you think about it. Like he was offended. Like, that's the answer you're going to give me? Well, don't think too long.
Look at Gotti's kid all roided out.
Have you tried the sandwich?
You know
that crispy chicken.
Okay, let's go back to. Here we go.
They look up at us up in the air unit and they point because
I love how the only thing the police know how to do is stand there
And they got her.
with guns drawn.
She is in custody.
Yeah.
They have to call in experts for everything else.
Yeah, they brandish that weapon in a hurry.
Oh, a heartbeat.
You know.
Person who pointed her out right in someone's front yard.
We'll have an update on this story for you in later editions of KCAL 9 News at 9. For now, let's go to Olga Ospina with a check of the forecast. Hey, Olga.
Who is that? Olga.
Oh, my Lord.
Hi, Sarah Jasmine. Yes.
That is not one of my weather friends. You are not Amber Lee, Alex Biston, or Evelyn Taft.
She's a little rough around the edges.
I'm not familiar with the Weekend Crew. I know the Weekend Crew.
The Weekend Crew is probably that. Yeah, we're getting our chops here. I'm in a big market.
Yeah.
That they could work here for a couple years and go to like Tucson and be like the lead person. You know
Alex
what I mean?
Biston made the leap. She was Weather Girl, and then now she does like
news.
They give her very bad stories.
Oh, I'm sure she does.
But she's doing
like Jane Fonda in China Syndrome.
Well, yeah, they sent her to They sent her to the Century City Mall when it opened, and nobody was there.
Yeah, God.
Poor girl was just standing there in front of an empty
Malls are
H&M.
fucking dying. Isn't that crazy? Malls are dying.
Yeah, thank Christ. I work at one. Get me out of there.
I mean, it is that was the social outlet when I was a teenager. You went to the mall.
Oh yeah, that was.
I mean, it was everything.
The '90s was the apex of malls for me because that was where me and my mom went. We went to the Orland Park Mall.
Yep.
Where else? Fucking Cal City had the fucking
City
had River Oaks Mall. It was called. And see, I went to the mall so much I thought River Oaks was a town. I didn't know it was in Cal City.
Wow. Is it now like abandoned?
I think it might still be there. And then you had Lincoln Mall in Chicago Heights that within the last 5 years finally went away.
Yep.
For the last 15, it was an entire mall with like 5 stores. Old people used to go there to like exercise
and do their walk.
They would just walk around and mosey around the mall.
Man.
But you know what else was big in the Midwest when I was a kid? It was Venture. Do you remember Venture?
Oh, yeah. What was Venture
It was like
again?
Sears. It was like Sears, JCPenney, but their logo, it was a giant like brick building, like a Michaels, like a giant fucking, and it had like zebra stripes, white and black, but it looked like a barber, you know, the twisty thing outside barber shops.
Yeah.
And then it was just called Venture, and it had like a little V.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll put a picture up.
I remember like Goldblatts. Those are the weak bolts.
You know what else?
The department stores in the 60s and 70s.
My grandma used to go to Klein's.
Yeah.
And that's where she used to get her fucking old lady obese bras.
Yeah.
And pantyhose.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, how crazy is that, man? Yeah,
Not
all of it's going. I mean, Macy's is going the way of the dodo bird. This is a major name. It's going away. I mean, all these like bricks and sticks, that model is just gone. I mean, and Bezos is obviously riding her.
Well, that's why even though people hate it, I love the Amazon bookstore. They still have physical books. They just don't have as many. And what they have is a card that you could have like a cover of the book. And then they just say like, download it on your tablet. Like, why do you need to buy this book?
Yeah. Yep.
It doesn't hurt your eyes anymore. You can read a book on your phone.
Yeah. I tell you what, man, getting a tablet, you're right, man. Getting that
and you could put thousands of books on
absolutely.
it. It's a spatial issue at this point.
Yeah.
I don't have room for this bullshit.
Yep.
And this is why
moving books is a pain in the ass.
And to even get a little more ethereal, I guess, I think that's part of the consumer culture is literally simplistically, people need to buy a bigger house because they can't stop buying shit.
Well, it's all part of the consumer culture.
And because you need to end up buying bigger houses, that's somehow driven into people's minds. Well, you need to make more money every year.
Well, exactly. And there's also, I mean, there's incentive. You can write off your interest on your mortgage. I do it every year for my taxes, and I get more money back from the feds. That there's an incentive to keep growing and expanding because of that. It's distorting the market. I mean, it's having a distorting impact. But whatever, you're going to take that away from middle class America. Oh, you get thousands of dollars back or more in your federal tax return. Geez, well, we're going to take that away. That ain't going to change. You know, it's anyway going off on a
Did you see David Price is sitting out the season?
He's
first big player.
Yeah.
Also, I think one other guy is sitting out the season.
Well, those, again, the cost benefit analysis, if you're that wealthy, it's like, well, why risk it and get sick?
And fucking Trout said he's concerned, and Joe Madden threw him under the fucking bus, dude. He basically said, like,
is Madden the manager of the
Angels? He's
the
manager
now?
of the Angels.
Oh, he went back to the Angels.
Oh, yeah, it's his dream job.
Oh, yeah, because he was a bench coach.
I'm kind of happy for him.
Yeah, yeah.
No ill will, won us a World Series, took us to the playoffs 4 years in a row,
Yes.
NLCS 3 years in a row,
Yep.
championship 1 year.
Yep.
He did everything we asked him to do.
Absolutely.
He's good
He's from the Angel system.
And the Angels are going to learn this. Joe Madden can't do dick with established talent. He's good at getting the most out of inexperienced players.
Out of average
The
guys.
second these players realize what they can do, they don't listen to him anymore.
Yeah.
And he loses fucking control.
Yeah, that Cubs team, which is completely talented.
Dude, I'm so happy that they won a World Series, but we should have won 2 or 3.
Yeah, yeah.
Like that's the bust aspect of it.
Yep.
I hate saying this. We shouldn't have gotten rid of Aroldis Chapman.
Yeah.
I know he hit his wife. I know he shot I know he shoots guns in his garage so he doesn't hit his wife.
Yeah. He also has a 104-mile-an-hour fastball.
Addison Russell hits his wife too, and you kept him.
Yeah. Yeah.
It really...
God, that was the A's top prospect.
They didn't draft pitching right. The Jose Quintana trade has been a fucking disaster because we gave up Eloy Jimenez, and Quintana hasn't been... Because that's Epstein's philosophy is, number one, get him when there's grass on the field, play ball.
Yeah.
Because the other Epstein.
Yeah.
Get that? You get that?
Yes.
But he isn't good at... his whole thing is like he drafts bats and then he trades for rising contracts, like pitchers who are good right now who are still on their rookie contracts, hoping like let's
catch
get
lightning in a bottle.
Let's get his best 4 years, and then when he wants $80 million, he won't be worth it anyway.
Yeah.
But that's a roll of the dice in itself.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, it's
and that's what Quintana was supposed to be. This guy could be the White Sox best pitcher if they could get him more run support. So if we put this guy with our offense, this is fucking lights out.
Yeah.
But you don't take into account that maybe you just got him at the tail end of the decline of his career. He hasn't had a higher than fucking 4 ERA the entire time he's been with the Cubs.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's been a complete White Sox.
They still have Lester?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
what year of his contract is he in?
This is the final year.
Because he signed it's
like a 7-year contract.
I was say, or a 6-year
Hayward's
contract.
coming at the end of his big deal.
Yeah. Hayward's going to
and
go
that's
away.
another where I think they're in there. I think they could have gotten rid of him and kept more important players. They should have kept Dexter Fowler.
Yeah.
Getting rid of him was a big piece.
Yep.
Like a lot of people didn't think coming out of 2016, a lot of people were like, oh, the Cubs didn't lose much. But the players they lost, I think, were integral.
Yep.
Like the Cubs, even though the public didn't like Aroldis Chapman, from what I know, the team loved him.
Yeah.
And he had a great relationship with the other non-speaking English, no-speaking English players on the team.
Yeah, exactly.
Baseball's been very, very good to all of them.
Yeah.
And Sammy Sosa said that in 98, and I'm just like, dude, you're setting so many people back so many years.
That was the Garrett Morris character on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
Was it Chico Pasquale? What was his name again? He said, hey, it's been very good to me. Like it was like some weird like Caribbean joke, like Caribbean gags.
But I mean, I get it at the time. He was poking fun at the fact that he knew people couldn't understand him.
Yeah.
Because they said like, hey, Sammy, sum up how this summer has felt to you? And he just hesitated and goes, baseball been very, very good to me. And him and McGuire both laughed their fucking dicks off.
Of course, because it was like...
Because we're both on steroids.
Yeah, I know. We're
Actually, you find out from that 30 for 30, Sosa was clean in 98.
Wow.
He corked his bat in 03.
Yeah.
But from physical evidence, maybe he hit it.
Yeah.
But as far as the evidence that's laid out on the table, there is no proof that Sammy Sosa actually did steroids in 1998.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. What a bizarre era of baseball to grow up on.
He came out of nowhere.
Kind of banished.
He came out of nowhere too much. Because I remember 98, it was Griffey and McGuire.
Yeah.
And Luis Gonzalez.
Well, Sosa was always a raw talent. He played in the majors in 1990.
He was like a 2020 guy.
As a 21-year-old. I remember him playing for the White Sox.
And the Rangers at first.
Yeah, exactly.
He's a 20-20, 30-30 guy. He'll steal bases and hit the home run every now and then.
But if you look, he bulked up hugely.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
But I even think it was slower than, McGuire was juicing from day one. Bonds' neck swolled over a summer.
You want to know when McGuire started to juice after the 91 season?
Because if you look at Sosa from 95 to 96.
Where are they at in Chicago there?
Oh, let's see.
4th of July to call for equality in Chicago. Black Lives Matter organizers marched for hours through
James
downtown.
Webb out there.
They also called for an end to police
remote
brutality.
podcast.
Where are they at?
Now, Major League Baseball players started reporting for workouts this week ahead of an abbreviated.
These newscasters look like porn stars. It is unbelievable, right?
I mean, yeah, it's a visual medium, Adam.
But yeah. I mean, listen, I find her appealing. Don't get me wrong.
Well, here's the question, Adam. Do you want some
They're playing
Comiskey?
It's Comiskey.
Do you want some Ugo on your TV?
Well, but they make them up in the lighting I'm talking about. The whole set, everything about it has a porn vibe. There you go.
You want it to look good.
He's a Sox fan. There we go. That's
ooh, there's the finale. That's in the courtyard right there.
They're all trying to bond about baseball. The country needs baseball to keep it healthy,
dude.
but you know.
Well, do you got any more topics? I think we might have fucking peaked. I think we might have did it.
I think we did. Yeah, I'm running out of steam a little bit tired.
Yeah. Well,
but
do you have anything to plug? You want to plug your script?
No, man, I want to plug. I'm still working on it. I think it's getting better. You know, it's not where it needs to be.
I could play your voiceover demo.
I'm pop it on. If you can dig it out, I'll talk for a little bit. We got my voiceover demo.
Close with your voiceover
I actually sent
demo.
my voiceover demo to some agencies this week. I also reached out to agencies and just to ask about, do you know anyone looking for talent? Like emailing them and calling them. I mean, I just basically cold called, which is completely like amateur hour. But I mean, what else am I supposed to do? You know, it's like, it's got to be good.
Yeah. Let's see here. I'm gonna download it. I love how here. Let's play it on air.
Yeah, it's all good, man. But yeah, it just been working on my script. I think it's getting better. It's still not where it needs to be. You know, I want to fucking make it for real and then take the leap out of my work.
So what's this for? Like, is it just an overall? This is my
voiceover demo. Basically, I want to send it out there to get representation.
How long is it?
It's a minute.
Oh,
it's
okay.
1 minute, super short.
Well, let me upload it to Google Drive, and then
it's
then
literally
I'll put it
1 minute long,
and then I'll put it on the board. Just gotta hang for a little bit here.
I can
even edit a lot of this out in post, but file upload.
Jesus, this is just, the world is so fucking crazy now.
What, that I could just fling this over and we could do it?
And just also just looking at like things on TV, like it's just the integration of like visual media and stuff it's just gotten even bigger. And I mean, I remember thinking it was big like in the fucking late 80s, early 90s. And that's like, you know, the Stone Age compared to now. You know, you watch I watched the movie True Romance recently.
Oh, that's a goodie.
Absolutely. I hadn't seen it since I saw it in the theater. And there's a scene, you know, Brad Pitt plays a stoner roommate of Michael Rappaport's character, and he's funny. He's funny in it. But he's watching TV, and they showed like the TV he's watching, and it was like supposed to be like young person TV of like 93, and it was just like
The Adventures of Pete and Pete.
It was just so dated looking. It looked so archaic. You know, it was like, wow, this is like not, you know, this is not up to speed.
All right, so I got it fired up. You ready?
Yes, this is my voiceover demo, recently recorded in the past month and a half.
At Blue Cross Blue Shield, we've been protecting millions of people for over 75 years. It's what gives us the experience and understanding to help you find a plan that fits where you are today and where you'll be tomorrow.
Dude, that is good.
Yeah, keep
Spring break styles for the entire family. Tees and tanks for just $5 and thousands of other amazing styles all on sale. Run to Old Navy. There are moments that define who we are.
I hate this one.
What we stand for and where we're going. Made with pride. Crafted with passion. Jeep Cherokee. Find love again. Right on the Gulf Coast. Beau Rivage. A feeling like no other. To
like a
succeed in our
romantic getaway
ever-changing, busy world, you've got your own brilliant website. Wix makes it simple. Create your website today. It's easy and it's free. Every time you raise a Pacifico, let it be a reminder to live life anchors up. Imagine waking up to the enticing aroma of bacon, sausage, fluffy eggs, and a whiff of delectable hash browns. Stop imagining. Get to McDonald's with the deluxe breakfast platter, because nobody has ever woken up to the fresh smell of cereal.
There we go. There it is.
Oh, that's like that? Fucking fantastic. By the way, every single one of those is going to be, that's what I'm going to play between breaks. Because there's what, like 9 of those?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, dude, we have 9 breaks.
Exactly. There we have it.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Do you still have that music?
Well, I mean, that's from.
They sent that to you.
Yeah, I mean, I had to pay. I had to drop some money for that. That's a professionally produced voiceover
so
demo.
Good.
I mean, I think it's a decent demo. Is that a decent demo?
God, you did that.
You know.
What, did you have to like go into an alley and buy it from someone's jacket?
No. I went online and they were meeting me up on Cahuenga, like in North Hollywood. That they had a decent studio. It was professional. I went to
a phone booth. It was swampy and smelled like copper. But then
the phone booth was. I mean, the whole booth thing was fine. It was a production person and then the director, who I spoke with for like 2 hours a week earlier, just going through the copy. So it actually, I think, sounded relatively well. Like we actually went through the copy for like 2 hours. And like putting notations on it. And a beau rivage.
Beau rivage.
That's the weekend.
I can just imagine you with a woman being like, "We're going on vacation. Where are we going to?"
Beau rivage.
And she would be like, "So you're gonna kill me, right? This is
what's gonna happen.
This is where I meet my end."
Yeah, it's but I think
what's the other one? Let's listen to that again.
Listen to the whole thing. Okay, let's go to the beginning. Start off with the Blue Cross Blue Shield. You know,
for over 75 years, it's what gives us the experience.
Because now we can really break it down.
Yep.
It's an understanding to help you find a plan that fits where you are today and where you'll be tomorrow. Get Spring.
Very reassuring. That one is you.
You know something? Honestly, the commercial work that I've ever done.
You're an insurance guy.
That's actually what it is.
We're an insurance guy shorts.
Yeah, I mean, this is what it is. I mean, I do a good square dad read. I do.
Break styles for the entire family. Tees and tanks for just $5 and thousands of
higher
amazing
energy
styles all on sale. Run to Old Navy.
Run
to Old Navy. Tees and tanks.
You got to emphasize the key. You have copy. This is like 15 words. You got to hit like 1 or 2 of them. You know what I mean?
You have very much sound like a dad that's trying to get your kids hyped for back to school.
Well, that's a good thing.
There are moments that define who we are, what we stand for, and where we're going.
I hate this one. So bad.
That music behind you, it sounds like they're building you up for a wrestling match.
Yeah, exactly. You know,
made with pride, crafted with passion.
This is radio commercial.
Jeep Cherokee, find love again, right on the Gulf Coast. Beau rivage.
You like that one?
Feeling like no other. To succeed in our ever-changing, busy right on the Gulf Coast. Beau rivage, a feeling like no other. Find love again, right on the Gulf Coast. Beau rivage, a feeling like no other. To succeed in our ever-changing, busy world, you've got to create your own brilliant website. Wix makes it simple. Create your website today. It's easy.
What I love about that is I would buy Wix, but knowing you, you probably don't know what Wix is.
I don't know what it is. I have no idea.
Oh, this is fantastic. What do you think Wix is?
Isn't Wix like some sort of like a gardening store or something like that? I have no fucking clue what Wix is.
Oh, that's tremendous.
No clue.
It's a website builder.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
No clue.
That's the venom of advertising. You don't know what you were just shilling.
Of course.
But I do Squarespace. So fuck your ad.
And it's free. Every time you raise a Pacifico, let it be a reminder to
the way that leads in, it makes it seem like Wix is free if you raise a Pacifico. Like, look how that bleeds in.
Anchors. Create your website today. It's easy and it's free. Every time you raise a Pacifico, let it be a reminder to live life anchors up. Imagine waking up.
Whenever you raise a Pacifico, have your thoughts be in Charo's voice.
To the enticing aroma of bacon, sausage, fluffy eggs, and a whiff of
Sounds like you're making fun of breakfast.
Well, no, I'm trying to build it up into something.
Hash browns. Stop imagining. Get to McDonald's with the deluxe breakfast platter, because nobody has ever woken up to the fresh smell of cereal.
I mean, right? Who's woke up to that fresh smell?
Oh my God, that's fantastic.
I think, I'm sending it out to people.
Oh, absolutely. Well, it's going to live forever on this show. I'll tell you that much. So thank you for that, Adam.
Absolutely. Good show.
That was beautiful.
Good
I wish we would have
times.
watched that earlier because we could have done a whole hour
I know.
that.
I know. But we teased it well.
All right. Thanks for listening, guys. We'll see ya.
Times.